Hello and welcome to Fabled Nexus. This is another great episode we're out here doing today. Maybe. We'll see how it goes actually. But yeah, I'm actually gonna be talking a little more about the nerve gear and its functionality, I guess, in a sense. So I also already did another video on this earlier. It might be uploaded the same day as this. I'm not sure yet. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do it yet. But pretty much it was talking about kind of how it worked and just some more ramblings on I do during videos. That's probably gonna happen a lot because I just go off topic a lot. ADHD goes burr. But yeah, so pretty much what we're seeing here today though is talking about like what happens to you or what actually happens to you in Sword Art Online. If you haven't seen it, I'll just kind of explain like what's going on here. In Sword Art Online with the nerve gear, like how like when your hit points hit zero, what actually happens to you when that happens in game. Now of course, when you hit zero hit points in the game Sword Art Online, you also hit zero hit points in real life. That's kind of how it worked. You cease to exist, as one might say. But yeah, so how does it actually primarily do this? So the primary function of how this actually works is it pretty much sends a electrical signal into the stem of your brain, like where your neck is, into your thing. I think it's called the cortex, the cerebral cortex, and stuff like that. I'm not a neuroscientist, don't really know fully thing, but I kind of know some things. It pretty much emits a like high power like frequency or like a shock or something like that. Pretty much destroying the brain, like pretty much shutting down your brain, and when it shuts down the brain, all your vital organs and your processing just stops working. So pretty much you go brain dead and then you just kind of die of, causes of like, everything's getting shut down. Your whole body's getting shut down. So in Sword Art Online, like I said, this actually has been programmed that for the nerve gear anyways, that when you hit that zero hit points, like I said, you will get hit with this. Like it doesn't matter how it goes, like you will get hit with it if it hits zero. But there is also other ways for this to trigger that isn't your hit points hitting zero in the game. So other methods that is, I guess, talked about but not fully talked about, but I think it is mentioned, is if the nerve gear goes out power for 10 minutes. So if someone just unplugs like the nerve gear or the PC or whatever it's plugged up to, and is like that for like 10 minutes, it will automatically run this program and you're cooked just like if you were dying in the game, right? So in the show, of course, a lot of people probably went out this way because maybe their siblings or someone in the household doesn't really know what's going on, so they just unplug it because they're like, oh, if I unplug it, they'll come out. Doesn't really work like that, sadly. They kind of just cook to their family. They're just kind of done. That's how it worked. Another, if it goes up 2 hours of being disconnected, I guess, from the internet or disconnected from the PC or whatever it's plugged into, it will also do this. Or if someone tries to remove it while it's still on, or if it's damaged in any type of way, it will also do this. Like you also have everything will be the exact same. But despite like all that, I mean, it's a cool experience, but it's a cool experience. But within Sword Art Online, it's a terrible experience if like you actually like think about it. Some people I think it's terrible, some people it's great. Being the virtual world and being fully immersed is great, but the downside is very downside. It's a really really steep downside hill, as they say. But yeah, like what actually happens? Like, how does it like? What is like I said? I know, like I said, it hits your brain and then it shuts down your function, all this stuff. But like, what is like the other things? Like, how does it do this? Like, how is like what's some of the like actual like I guess scientific like notion behind like what's actually going on? And the signs that it kind of gives are two things. I'm probably gonna mispronounce these, but it's the cerebral how do you say that? It's cerebral hemorrhage. Mispronounced it. Anyways, pretty much what it is a brain hemorrhage. That's it. It's hemorrhage, not hemorrhage. I don't know hemorrhage. I don't know where I was getting hemorrhage from. Anyways, hemorrhage. And it's pretty much kind of like a type of stroke, pretty much that occurs when blood vessels like in the brain, so like the actual vessels in your brain, kind of leak or they burst, and it causes bleeding, pretty much, but that's profusely bleeding in your brain and stuff, and that's what a brain hemorrhage is, or a cerebral hemorrhage. There you go. Okay, I can speak the English language. And the other one, I'm messing this one up too, is arterial occlusion, I think is how you say that. And pretty much what this does is pretty much it blocks blood flow to like main arteries and stuff like that, which can lead you, like, of course, tissue damage and your unfortunate demise, as well, is the two things it can do. And that's why the main two, like, I guess, like scientific ways that like the actual headset itself, like actually messes with you and everything like that. There's another thing here of what actually the nerve grid is equipped with to do all this processing that I probably should put in the other video, but I'll put it here anyways. It has something called, it's like a new thing. I don't know if we actually have these or not, but it's called a diamond semiconductor central processor, or a diamond CPU, pretty much. I had to do some quick research on this because I didn't fully know what these were, but I mean, I know what a CPU is, but pretty much it's a CPU that uses diamonds as the superconductor material to pretty much give it superior performance and stuff like that. That's how it functionally works. I don't know if that's fully how it works in today's today and stuff like that, but it's probably how it works, I guess. Like I said, I don't know if we have any of these, but it did say that, especially in these high power applications for this, heat management is crucial. So you want to make sure, I guess, it's like not too hot or not too cold. You want to make sure it's just the right operating temperature, I guess, to function very well, as they say. But yeah, so pretty much like that's like mainly the video of how it works. Like I say, there's later in GGO, if you watched it, they pretty much have this drug that kind of does the same thing, but it doesn't do the exact same thing. I'm not thinking, but it's pretty much like there's this drug that they have, or this medical like thing that they use, that when it's injected into you, it pretty much I guess causes your body to shut down as well and stuff like that. But that's a different thing. And then of course, like, yeah, like the nerve gear is just straight, just like I said, it pretty much makes you brain dead. You go and be a vegetable pretty much. And that's how that works. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I got for this video. Like I said, these videos are gonna range from like longer to shorter, just depending on how much I have to talk about, how much things go on. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, you guys can subscribe if you feel like it. It's always appreciated. And yeah, have a good day.